Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. From a relationship perspective, we have done a number of videos. We have talked about the timing of events, we have talked about selection of spouse, we have talked about how there may be challenges in the relationship, the challenges of infidelity, the challenges of breakup. We have talked about these in many of our videos. And in a few videos back, I have also talked about how the nakshatra of the D9 chart plays a big role in the marriage or the relationship. So we have discussed that also. Today I want to take it a step further and deeper, where I want to discuss more about how does the marriage manifest itself, whether it remains stable, what are the challenges, opportunities that the D9 Navmansh is throwing up for an individual, and how certain events can become more probable. Mind you, there is no guarantee. They become more probable. The opportunity is yet given to the individual how to handle it, how to tackle it, and how to get certain results out of his Navmansh or in his married life, or how he or she allows or succumbs to the events which come forward or come to his life, or which he or she has to surface, and then they allow the marriage to slide into a certain result. It could be instability in the marriage, it could be a breakup, it could be extramarital affairs, and so on. I wanted to choose the Navmansh or the charts of people whose Navmansh are a little more similar also, and there are a lot of similarities in their Navmansh charts, yet they should be people who you and I know they are celebrities. So I found three people who are very well known celebrities, at least in the Indian subcontinent, and these are the three Khans. These are the three big celebrity heroes who have been the number one or two or three, whatever you want to call them, since almost 2 decades. In fact, the third decade running. Most of them made their debuts in the early 90s. Salman Khan made his debut I think in 1989, and was preceded just 1 year earlier by Amir Khan, and they became superstars almost overnight. And Shah Rukh Khan became a superstar just 3 or 4 years down the line after his Bazigar movie release, and since then these three have ruled the roost of Bollywood. These are called the superstars, or the three biggest superstars of Bollywood or the Hindi film industry, and even till today these are the people whose movies have the biggest opening, they command the biggest price, and they command the biggest hits also. So let's deep dive into these three people's horoscopes, especially keeping in mind the Navamsa or the D9 chart. And I have chosen these three not just because they are the superstars and they are well known, but also they all have the same year of birth. Amir Khan, Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan, all three were born in the year 1965, a few months apart, and Amir Khan was born in March, whereas Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan were born in November and December respectively. So both Salman Khan's and Shah Rukh Khan's chart have a lot of similarities even in their D9 chart, though the D9 having a lot of similarities is not so easy, especially because even when there are a few minutes of change between birth timings, the D9 changes or the divisional charts change a lot. However, they show a lot of similarities in their D9 charts and certain similarities with respect to Amir Khan's also. And so I want to use these similarities to show how certain pattern of events have happened in all the three people's married life, their love life, their relationship status, and how their lives have turned out basis how things have manifested in the D9 chart or the Navamsa chart or the Navmansh chart, and how the relationships have also taken a certain trajectory. So I want to deep dive into it, and I want to discuss why certain things have happened in their lives, where does the D9 chart or the Navmansh or the Navamsa chart play a role, and how they were given an opportunity. The zodiac always gives us an opportunity for certain things to manifest or certain things not to manifest. The choice is given to us. It is not that this is your D9 chart or these are the planetary placements, so this is absolutely bound to happen. So that's not how it works out. It works out basis probabilities, opportunities also given to you, how you want to manifest results, how you want to take your relationship forward, at least concerning the D9. So while the D9 is related to many things else, however, because it is strongly related to the relationship, so today I want to talk more from a relationship perspective than in anything else. So let's deep dive into how the three people, Shah Rukh Khan, Aamir Khan and Salman Khan's life have played out, especially concerning their relationship and also the marital status. Now let's see what is Salman Khan's horoscope look like, and let's then get into the D9 chart. Firstly, Salman Khan's horoscope has the Aries Lagna and his fourth lord is Moon, and this is very very important, which plays a big part in his D9 chart or the Navmansh chart also. And if you see that his fourth lord Moon is in a Vish dosha with Saturn, but in the 11th house, which is also a Kama Bhava and also the house of wishes and desires. So his wishes and desires from a marital perspective, marriage perspective, a stable married domestic life perspective goes into a spin because of the Vish dosha, because of the affliction by Saturn. Secondly, his seventh lord Venus is also in a strong affliction, plays with Mars, D1 chart, and shows issues in his married life where aggression and abuses and even violence may play a role. And we know that in many of his relationships he has got violent. People have also come out, especially in one of his relationships with Aishwarya Rai, who was also a former Miss World. The relationship got abusive, and it is also known that he went up to a house, created issues there, was argumentative, was violent, and some say that he even harmed her physically. At least she has come out and said he even physically abused her. So this is his D1 chart concerning his 4th house and 7th house and his Venus placements. Venus is also the Karaka of love, affection, relationship, and also the ruler of his 7th house. Now when you look at his D9 chart, in his D9 chart you will find that Venus rules his Lagna, and while ruling the Lagna, Venus has gone into the Gemini sign. Now what is the Gemini sign? Gemini sign is the sign of duality or confusion or not being able to make up his mind. So in his relationship, especially with respect to Venus or his or with women, or in a stable relationship, he has not been able to make up his mind, and so many a times he has come close to fructifying or legalizing his relationship through a marriage, but it did not happen because last moment there were doubts in his relationship also. So Venus going into the sign of Gemini shows that the doubt is created in the minds. And if you see where is his Mercury gone, his Mercury in his Lagna chart is placed with Ketu and in the sign of Scorpio, and this is an important connection with the D9 charts of Shah Rukh Khan and Aamir Khan also, as we will see further. Then in his D9 chart you see that his 7th lord is Mars. Where is his Mars placed? Mars is placed in the 6th house. The 6th house is the house of loss of relationship, and Mars is the 6th lord going into the 6th house, the 12th to itself, in the house of loss of relationship, and placed with the ruler of both his domestic life ruler, which is Saturn, ruling the 4th house, as well as ruling the 5th house of romance. So Saturn being the ruler of the 4th house of domestic life as well as the 5th house of romance, and going into the 6th house, placed with the 7th house ruler, which is Mars. But who is making their presence felt strongest here? That is Rahu. And because Rahu gets into the mix, which means in his romantic liaison he is not able to commit into or convert it into a stable legalized marital relationship because of the involvement of outsiders, which is Rahu, and hence his relationships broke up because he was not able to keep to one person, and his relationships broke up because he had a roving eye. He was not true to the relationship and he cheated in his relationship, and this was also publicly acknowledged by the relationship in which he was the longest with Aishwarya Rai, who came out and said that while he was with me, he was also looking outside, and hence I could not take that insult, and so I moved out. Now, what is the one of the main challenges why he is not able to make up his mind is not only just because of Venus placed in the sign of Gemini, giving him the duality. Any manifestation has to be supported by 2 or 3. Now, why is this duality? One of the reasons being is that Moon is in his Lagna in the D9 chart with Jupiter. Moon is gone into the sign of relationship, that is Libra, and Libra is his 7th lord ruler in his D1 chart. So Moon going into the sign of relationship in the Lagna of Navamsa means that Moon or the mother or motherly influence will interfere in his relationship, which means he looks forward to a mother-like figure in his married life. And he has said in his interviews also, when somebody asked him why doesn't he get married and what does he look for in a relationship with a woman to get married, so he said, I'm looking for somebody like my mother who I can get married to, and nobody comes close, so I don't end up getting married to that person. But why did he say mother? It is not just because mother takes care of him as with a lot of love, care and affection. That is one factor. The other factor is, if you see in his Lagna chart, Rahu is placed in the 2nd house. 2nd house is the house of family, which means in his family that he has many outsiders. So his brothers, his sisters, so many others have married outside of their religion, outside of the community. So it's a family thing. But another aspect of his mother is that his mother is also an outsider from his father's religion. His father is a practicing Muslim and his mother was a Hindu from the Sanatan Dharma. However, the other factor is that his mother allowed other women to also be in the relationship with the husband, which is Salman Khan's father, while she was with him. So when Salim Khan got into a relationship with Helen, and then he also married her and he brought her home, his mother Salma Khan did not create an objection, and today they all live like one big happy family. Salman also wanted to have that kind of a relationship where whoever he gets married to should be okay with his infidelity or looking outside and getting into relationship with others, and should turn a blind eye and even be accepting of his other liaisons. And that was not acceptable to the women in his life. And Aishwarya Rai, who was supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world at that moment, at least for some people or a majority of people, in spite of being with her, yet he had a roving eye. He was stepping outside of those boundaries and he was in relationship with other women as well. And because he felt that Aishwarya Rai should have turned a blind eye to it, and she was not ready to do it, and she moved on, and hence the presence of outsiders, which is the 6th house of D9 chart manifested by Rahu, made his relationship never be stable and never get into a stable legalized relationship. Every time he got close to a stable relationship, that ended up in a breakup because of involvement of outsiders. It is not that he was not given a chance. Saturn is both his 4th lord as well as his 5th lord and placed in the 6th house. Saturn is the Karaka of the 6th house, so Saturn gave him enough opportunity to have a stable relationship, which means that if he wanted, he could have converted that into a marriage, because Saturn is his 5th house lord of romance and Mars is the 7th house lord of marriage, and they are together in the 6th house. However, that marriage could not come about because of the presence of Rahu. So Saturn and Mars in the 6th house in the D9 chart are very, very important. Now if you look at the nakshatra which rules his D9 chart, his nakshatra is ruled by Vishakha. His Navamsa chart is ruled by the nakshatra of Vishakha, ruled by Jupiter. And if you see, Jupiter goes right into the Lagna, and Jupiter is retrograde in his horoscope. And because Jupiter is retrograde, and hence this has a factor of being pulled back, and I have said this in many of my videos, like a catapult where it's pulled back and released. So Jupiter in the sign of Gemini, this is another very important thing, please remember this. Jupiter in the sign of Gemini in his D1 chart and aspecting his 7th house in the D1 chart, which means that initial first 2-3 relations were not stable. yet his relationship with Aishwarya Rai was stable and ran for almost 6 to 7 years. They were in a committed relationship, but eventually when Rahu played its part, that's when the breakup happened. And when did that breakup happen? That happened in 2002, just at the start of his Saturn Dasha. When he stepped into his Saturn Dasha in 2002, that's when his breakup with Aishwarya Rai happened. And if you see, Saturn is also the ruler of his 5th house of romance and plays with Rahu, which means outsiders getting involved in his romantic relationship ended up not having the stability. If he had chosen, he could have moved out of that liaison, extramarital affairs, and could have solemnized his relationship with Aishwarya Rai and kept that relationship. But of his own volition, he let that relationship go. Now when you look at his placements of Ketu, just keep in mind that his Ketu is placed in Scorpio in his D1 chart. Jupiter is placed in the sign of Gemini, and Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius. Now when you go to Shah Rukh Khan's horoscope, you will see that Shah Rukh Khan's horoscope also has Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, Ketu in the sign of Scorpio, though in different houses, and Jupiter again in the sign of Gemini, which means that because of Jupiter being retrograde, many a times the person will make some mistakes in his wisdom, in his duality of mind, and get his life affected. In Salman Khan's horoscope, Jupiter was aspecting his 7th house while being placed in the sign of Gemini. Here in Shah Rukh Khan's horoscope, you will find that Jupiter is placed in the 11th house in Gemini, but is also aspecting his 7th house of marriage in his D1 chart. Rahu has yet again gone into the sign of Taurus, similar to the horoscope of Salman Khan, who also had Rahu in the Taurus sign. And while Salman Khan's moon was placed with Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, Shah Rukh Khan's moon is placed in the sign of Capricorn, though not with Saturn but in the sign of Saturn. So there is a lot of similarities between the two people's chart. However, when you go to their D9 chart, there is an uncanny resemblance between the two horoscopes, between the D9 chart of Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan. Salman Khan has Saturn, Mars and Rahu in his D9 chart in the 6th house, whereas Shah Rukh Khan has Saturn, Mars alone in the 6th house, but Rahu has gone with Venus in the 7th house. Now what does this mean? This means that in his relationship, he may have people who are outsiders who may get into a relationship with him, or he gets into a relationship with them, and hence Shah Rukh Khan ended up marrying Gauri Khan, who was not from his community, not from his religion, and he ended up marrying her. So Rahu placed with Venus in the 7th house shows the Rahu which comes into his house is a more stable Rahu, or gives stability to the relationship. So he marries somebody who's outside of his relationship but placed with Venus means, and in the 7th house means he's strong in the relationship, lot of stability, because Rahu does not go and disturb the 6th house of break of relationship. So Rahu does not instigate the break of relationship. Saturn plays in the 6th house again gives stability to the relationship, and that's why his married life has endured and not been affected by an outsider like Rahu getting placed with Saturn or Mars. For him also, Saturn rules the 5th house and placed with the 7th ruler Mars, and that's why through a romantic liaison he got into a relationship with Gauri Khan, ended up marrying her. In Salman Khan's D9 chart, Jupiter aspect the 7th house, and in the D9 chart of Shah Rukh Khan also Jupiter aspect the 7th house. So you see uncanny resemblance between the horoscopes where Jupiter is aspecting the 7th house in the D1 chart, Jupiter is also aspecting the 7th house in the D9 chart. And Shah Rukh Khan's horoscope also has Jupiter retrograde just like Salman Khan's. And Saturn being retrograde in Shah Rukh Khan's horoscope, Saturn is stronger, and Saturn is also placed in his Lagna chart in the 7th house itself, and hence that has given him stronger stability in his marriage, not allowed it to break. Shah Rukh Khan got into an extramarital affair with Priyanka Chopra, who was also his co-star in Dawn 1 and Dawn 2, and Dawn released in the year 2011. And it was the same year that there were numerous reports that Shah Rukh and Priyanka Chopra were in an extramarital relationship, and because of that Gauri Khan stepped in, threatened him of divorce, and that relationship Shah Rukh Khan had to let go. And this was also in his Saturn Dasha, just like Salman Khan's relationship with Aishwarya Rai also broke up in the Saturn Dasha. So again, an uncanny resemblance between the D9 charts, placement of Saturn, Saturn's connection with Moon, Ketu being placed in Scorpio, Jupiter going into Gemini, Rahu going into Taurus, break up almost similar times in their stable relationships, in the same dasha, in the same antar dasha in fact. Now another important thing in Shah Rukh Khan's D9 chart, his D9 nakshatra ruler is Swati, and Swati is ruled by Rahu, and hence because Rahu is placed in the 7th house itself, and being the nakshatra ruler, Rahu did not allow a breakup in spite of allowing the presence of other women in Shah Rukh Khan's life. And so when the Saturn dasha happened, and Saturn is more protective of marriage, so Saturn ended up protecting his marriage and forcing Shah Rukh Khan to let go of his extramarital relationship. And what more similarity can you want, apart from so many sign placement common, but even the ascendant of Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan in their D9 charts being the same ascendant, which is Libra, in spite of D1 ascendants being different. Now let's look at the horoscope of Amir Khan. Now if you see Amir Khan's horoscope, here Amir Khan's Saturn is also in the sign of Aquarius. His Rahu is also in the sign of Taurus. His Ketu is also again in the sign of Scorpio, and his moon has gone into the Pashyami nakshatra, which is ruled by Saturn in his D1 chart. So though moon is placed in the sign of Cancer, yet strong relationship moon establishes with Saturn going into the Pashyami nakshatra ruled by Saturn. And so Saturn is also his D1 nakshatra lord, or his Janma nakshatra lord, or his birth nakshatra lord. So we see strong connection of Salman Khan's, Shah Rukh Khan's as well as Amir Khan's moon very strongly with Saturn. Their Ketu placements are similar, their Rahu placements are also similar, and all three of them have Saturn also in the sign of Aquarius. And Amir Khan's Jupiter also, if you see, Amir Khan's Jupiter also aspects the 7th house, just like Shah Rukh Khan's horoscope also has Jupiter aspecting the 7th house in the D1 chart. And if you see, his Mercury is debilitated in the 2nd house of family, and his Rahu is gone into the 4th house in the D1 chart, which shows that a presence of outsiders always will be threatening his married life. Now when you look at his D9 chart, what is the nakshatra ruler of his D9 chart? The nakshatra ruler of his D9 chart is Uttara Bhadrapada, ruled by Saturn. Now again you see a strong connection of Saturn with his D9 chart or his married life also. And in his Navamsa or in his Navmansh or D9, Saturn has gone into his own sign in Aquarius, while also placed in the Aquarius sign in the Lagna chart. So this is a very strong Vargotama Saturn, but Saturn is now placed with Ketu. So here Saturn is not able to give a very long term stability. So Saturn will give him stability enough, but because of his own manifestations, his own vagaries, he will end up destroying his marriage. Now let's see, apart from the similarities of Rahu in Taurus, Ketu in Scorpio, Saturn in Aquarius in the Lagna chart of all three, let's see the similarities in the D9. Now in the D9 chart, if you remember, Salman Khan's D9 chart also had Rahu in the 6th house, and Amir Khan's Rahu is also in the 6th house in the D9 chart. Where is his Gemini sign? His Gemini sign rules the 4th house of domestic life. And where is his Gemini sign ruler Mercury placed? Mercury has gone into the sign of Scorpio, but Mercury also rules his 7th house in the D9 chart. And who is Mercury placed with? Mercury is placed with the 5th house ruler Moon in a debilitation sign. So while Moon is placed with Mars, it gives small Neej Bhang. I have also said in many of my videos that you don't see yogas or Raj yogas in the D9 chart, especially if those two planets are not establishing a strong relationship in the D1 chart. If Mars is not aspecting Moon in the Lagna chart or not placed in the Lagna chart, then you don't see that Raj Yoga or the Neej Bhang in the Navamsa chart. However, because there are synergies involved here, so there is some effect but not a strong one. So you will still take Moon going into the debilitation sign, though the Moon is not taken as debilitated. But because the 5th house ruler Moon has gone into a debilitation sign, which means his romance will go through ups and downs and transformation, because Scorpio is the sign of transformations. And so not only does his romantic life go through a transformation, but even his married life. Because what is the 9th house? The 9th house is the house of second marriages. And hence Amir Khan has already gone into 2 marriages, and both the marriages are broken because of unhealthy romantic liaison outside of marriage, which is manifested because of his 5th house ruler Moon of the D9 chart in a debilitation sign with the 7th house ruler and the 4th house ruler Mercury, which means he destroys the stability of his marriage, the sanctity of his marriage, by getting into unhealthy romantic liaison outside of his marriage. And beyond a certain number of years, Saturn is also not able to keep the stability. We know that Amir and his second wife Kiran Rao announced the divorce just a few months back. And in which dasha was their divorce announced? Their divorce was announced in the dasha of Moon and Rahu. And so you see Rahu placed in Shah Rukh Khan's house in the 6th house. So at the turn of the dasha of Saturn, it caused a break. And because Saturn is placed with Rahu in Salman Khan's 6th house in the D9 chart, so at the turn of Saturn dasha, it gave a break. And here in Amir Khan's horoscope, Rahu placed again in the 6th house in the dasha of Moon and Rahu. His marriage went through a breakup yet again, because Moon is the 5th house ruler in the D9 chart and Rahu is placed in the 6th house of loss of relationship. So loss of relationship has come about because of yet another outsider getting involved through a romantic liaison and destroying his marital life. So his Gemini sign ruler, the duality of mind getting connected with the ruler of the 5th house of romance and the 7th house of marriage, has brought about the duality of his mind, which means after some time the person starts to think whether I'm in a good relationship, whether I'm in the right relationship, and I want to move on. We have seen how all the three, Salman, Amir and Shah Rukh Khan's life, have gone through ups and downs, swings, and Saturn has been more protective of Shah Rukh Khan's life. However, Saturn has not been able to play a strong part in Amir Khan's or Salman Khan's life, because Saturn was not strongly getting associated with their 7th house, unlike Shah Rukh Khan, whose 7th house ruler is Saturn and placed in that sign. Secondly, we also saw that Rahu is placed in the 7th house in Shah Rukh Khan's D9 chart, and because of being the nakshatra ruler, was protective of his married life, whereas in Salman Khan's case, Jupiter going into the sign of Gemini in the Lagna chart while being the ruler of the D9 nakshatra, so the wisdom did not help him. So the wisdom got into a duality of mind, not being sure whether he wanted to be in the relationship and expecting somebody to be more like his mother, who was more accepting of her husband's extramarital liaison, which means Salman Khan's father. Salman Khan wanted somebody like that in his relationship. The women in his life were not ready to accept that status and moved on, and hence Salman Khan ended up getting into multiple breaks one after the other and never being able to settle down in an acknowledged, legalized married life. Then we have also seen how Saturn and Moon's combination, with Salman Khan's Moon being placed with Saturn in the D1 chart, Shah Rukh Khan's Moon going into Capricorn ruled by Saturn in his D1 chart, Shah Rukh Khan's D1 chart, and Moon going into the nakshatra of Saturn in the D1 chart, how it has played a part in their thinking, in their choice making, and how they look at relationships. So friends, now that we have seen all the three horoscopes, we have compared the D9 charts, we have compared the D1 chart, their placements, such an uncanny resemblance. Rahu in Taurus, Jupiter going into certain placements, Rahu in Taurus, all three charts have Rahu in Taurus, Jupiter going into Gemini for both Shah Rukh Khan and Amir Khan, Saturn going into the Aquarius of all the three charts, Moon establishing a strong relationship with Saturn in all the 3 charts, Ketu going into Scorpio in all the 3 charts, Mercury playing, or Mercury sign of Gemini, duality of mind playing a strong part in all the 3 charts, aspecting of the 7th house by Jupiter in the Lagna chart, similar aspects also playing the part in the D9 chart, Saturn offering more stability in Shah Rukh Khan's life, and Rahu also giving the stability in Shah Rukh Khan's life because it is the Nakshatra Lord and placed in the 7th house, but Rahu playing a havoc in the life of both Salman Khan and Amir Khan. In fact, Rahu causing the break in their committed relationship. For Salman Khan, a committed romantic relationship, but for Amir Khan, a committed legalized relationship also. So friends, the D9 horoscope is a very important horoscope which at a very minute level, based on placements, based on which is the Nakshatra Lord, where the Dasha changes, where the aspects are, will tell you a lot about how the married life will play out, where the challenges may come from, where the breakups may come from, where the opportunities of a stable life may come from, where the involvement of outsiders may come from and create a havoc, or where the chances of the probability of even a separation or a breakup or a divorce may also be created by those placements and those manifestations. So please look deep down into your D1 as well as the D9 charts, the Navamsa chart, the Navmansh chart. Please try and understand your placements better. Please understand who the Nakshatra Lord is, how it is either playing a part or not playing a part in your married life, how certain events are manifesting and where the challenges are coming from, and utilize it to have a loving, stable and long-lasting married life. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation for me, please reach out to me. The links will be given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.